Welcome back, everyone. We're here on the Prydwen. We're meeting all the crew members, the main ones, quite frankly. It's not a big quest, so this might take like a couple minutes. So after that, we'll go the next quest. As well. One of the other videos I said I was going to get to about level 50, I think I said, before trying to do the Minutemen quest line more. Mainly it's because of the castle. I've changed my mind because I'm not the mod stuff, like the mod page doesn't actually tell me what level, what units spawn in at. It used to, but I think it got sort of taken down, worked from the ground up type thing. So I'm thinking maybe like level 30, and then I'll start doing some more of the Minutemen stuff, and then I'll see where that gets me. But I will be clearing out the castle by itself, like by myself, pretty much, without the Minutemen. Because if anyone does not know, if you bring the Minutemen into the castle normally to fight the Mirelurks, that's technically a spoiler, but that's, I wouldn't call that a spoiler. I'd call it more of a something to be prepared for, because you do, like, if you don't know about it, it is a nightmare pretty much to try and take on all the Mirelurks if you're not prepared enough. But yeah, when you're going to clear the castle out, there's a heap of Mirelurks, and then there's a Mirelurk Queen at the end. You can technically grind out a heap of levels, technically. If you're able to, get your hands on one of the Rippers. There are unique ones that make enemies stagger. If you're able to get that one, use it, because the Mirelurk makes hatchlings, and the Mirelurk hatchlings don't do actually a lot of damage. They might give off like 3 XP. So like, if you, I've never tried it actually. I could try that actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I'd like to see how that would actually work, coming to think about it. I might do it when I do the video on clearing that out. If I can get a Ripper. But yeah, technically you could stick there if you're on a console of Xbox or PlayStation. Stick there and hold the Ripper, like the key to attack on the Ripper, so it keeps on soaring. And like, technically I think it'll do enough damage that they won't be able to attack you. If they do, it'll be a little damage. So technically, you'd be able to get, like, again, infinite levels and stay at nearly full health, or only having heal every so often. So I suppose that would have to be a pretty viable way to actually level up in some sense. Because if it works the way I think it would, then again, all you need to do is like stand somewhere in like a corner where they can't exactly push you around too much. Have something, or again, one of the Rippers that can do enough damage, hopefully. And I suppose, yes, grind it out for a few hours, because I suppose 3 XP per within an hour, maybe every second. I suppose you'd get a fair few battles. Which I kind of think theoretically the Glowing Sea should be the best place to grind out levels. So I can't see how much XP I need. I think in like, I can't remember what it was. I know other games tell you like how much XP you need to level up, but apparently this one doesn't. I thought it did, but yeah, that would honestly be a very viable way in a sense to level up safely. But yeah, pray for your level 20 to 30, depending on what, if you've got like good armor, good weapons, and say heavy gunner perks, you get the. It's actually a hard choice in some sense. The minigun is better, or like for the sense of it uses the ammo different to the fusion cores. Because you didn't know, the Gatling laser uses fusion cores, which there is a mod out there that makes it so your fusion, you can make specific fusion cores for the Gatling laser, which is an amazing thing, because it's kind of a pain, because there ain't exactly a lot of heavy guns per se that can sort of dish out that constant damage. Like, say for instance, Fallout 76, there's a heap more weapons than that. You got like the Gatling gun, the plasma gun, Or the Gatling plasma. Still got the Gatling, the laser plasma thing. The Gatling laser. Then you got a 50 cal machine gun, a light machine gun, and I think a couple others that are like the sort of automatic ones.
Anyway, I'm sure you're here.
Those are great because again, like they don't use the same thing as normal power cores. Plus, you can get ultra sight in 1276, which it's kind of like a. I think if you use them in your power armor, that's still a problem. They can still be used in the power armor, the ultralight ones. I think you get like more durability from them. Sort of same thing for like the weapons. Like the ammo count as well. If anyone has not watched the other episode, this is the anti-armor. What is it? Yeah, anti-material rifle, which kind of has like the, again, knowing more of their health, damage and stuff. Now again, that may not seem like much, ignores 30% of the target's damage and energy resistance, but when you think about it for a moment, right, if they've got, most things have the energy and damage resistance, so especially like a Deathclaw, take that for an example. I would also say if you're going to get any of the corrosion clubs, in a sense, I'd probably recommend, for when it comes to weapons, probably the anti-material rifle. I'd definitely recommend the home defense system thing, because that is amazing. But yeah, anti-material rifle, if you've got a good enough sniper rifle build, especially because I think you can get up to 3 perks. And the bobbleheads, you think you can get about 13 perception. Plus you can go a few more. I think you can get like, well, if you're doing like builds, or again, 476 builds, one of the popular ones sort of is still is unyielding ones. So you'll always play low health, but your stats will be increased a fair bit. Same thing in this. If you can get like a piece of unyielding for like all your pieces, you can come up with a heap of stats, pretty much. So you could have over like 21 or so perception, which, again, you shoot a Deathclaw in the stomach, because that's their weak point for anyone who does not know. If you shoot them in the stomach with the sniper rifle, again, really good build, you'd probably one-shot them.
After you're done with the meet and greet, discuss the details.
Don't know about the Overseas Guardian. I think it's like the 2-shot one. But I'll have a look. Well, that's 70 damage. That's not even max. Oh, wait, here we go. Workbench. So the top one. Oh, never mind. That is the top one.
The Institute will face his wrath.
I think that's actually pretty much the best stuff. Question mark. Okay, apparently that one's going to be the better one to use. That one's, yeah, the best one. So the only thing I'm going to need is the long recon scope. That's the only thing I need to sort of... Oh, and plus I suppose the better stock thing. But other than that, I'm pretty sure the best one there. So again, that's been about nearly 10 minutes. So that was a quick one. I will see what's next before, because if this is going to be a short episode, I'll release another one as well.
I've served for several years. It's the only home I know. Damn ferals. Radiation has a twisted. Excuse me, Paladin Dance. Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
You know, remember I need to go talk to Paladin Dance.
How can a machine believe it's alive?
I'm not Paladin Dance, I'm Alan Maxon. Who's out here? But yes, I do know there's a way to do it up here. You can do the thing where like you get XP from killing one of the initiates, and you can go back in and like get a new quest. Technically it's the quick way to level up for this, but if you're doing the if you want to do like junk runs, I'd definitely recommend doing the Brotherhood of ones. That, and probably if you can, I suppose, do like the ones at the police station, because you get 2 of them. That's kind of a hard choice of technically choose one of them where they can sort of have 50-50 chance of going to a place where you haven't done yet, or go get 2 quests that I think give you the same amount as the 1 quest. I'm not quite sure.
Yes, Elder. Good. Let's get right to it then. Shall we? Take a look over there.
You can just see that.
Strong.
But yeah,
And it's infested with
the one I'm talking about is like the
Having those
police station one. Like you get
aberrations
the
close enough to smell is making me sick to my
Knight
stomach.
Reese
To
and
make matters worse,
Scribe
they're
Halen.
sitting on top of a
I
massive
think if you
stockpile
get
of
their
fat
ones, I
man
think
shells we
it's
could use in our
3.
I want you to
Yeah, it's
head over
300 or
there, wipe out
100
everything that moves,
or
and
so
secure that
XP.
stockpile.
Um,
Understood?
That would be technically the better
Consider it
option,
done.
especially if you've got Idiot Savant,
realize
because
you're
you've got
eager
the
to take
chance
the
of
fight
having
to
like
the
times
But it'll
4
have
or
to wait.
something.
The Brotherhood cannot allow
XP
these
go off,
abominations to have a
which is
nuclear
amazing
arsenal
for
at
stuff
their
like that.
fingertips.
So,
Now,
and plus you got double
Vertibird on
chance.
standby.
So if it's
Fully
even if
armed
it's like a
and ready to
1%
depart.
or so, I don't think
Use
it'd
it
be
to
1%,
carry our
say
message
5%
to
chance of it
Fort
going off. You technically got
Strong.
10% if you
Face of the earth.
do
Dismissed.
the 2 of them at the same time, sort of thing. Oddly enough as well, this is about the only time you ever use a Vertibird, really. In the sense of sort of fighting. Because like the last, I think the battle for the whole thing, you don't get to ride on a Vertibird, you have to walk with Liberty Prime. But there are Vertibirds flying around, which is kind of dumb.
Welcome aboard, Knight. Instruments are green, and we're cleared for release.
Thought the game just crashed some. Also, if anyone has ever walked between them firing, they will kill you. I found that out that hard way when I was in survival mode. And yes, I do play that if anyone's wondering. That is, I would honestly recommend as well. Anyone who wants a challenge in Fallout 4, get I was gonna say get survival mode, but no. Definitely play on survival mode. Again, if you're on PC, I'd again kind of recommend it as well. Just for the fact of if you are on PC, you'll be able to handle or the game's going to be able to handle it a lot better. Unlike console, if you got enough mods, they won't help. Like that will kill you. But yes, I would definitely still, even like vanilla stuff, I'd still highly recommend playing on survival mode, because it does make it so much harder. And plus with the inability in a sense to sort of play, or I mean like save anywhere, you've got that thing of it's sort of a lot harder in that sense. You can't save anywhere, but you have to find a bed to be able to do really anything. And you have to be always eating, drinking and sleeping, or you get negative effects, and they can be bad. Not like just like normal bad, oh it's fine, I'll sleep it off bad, of like, I think you can actually die if you don't do enough, like if you don't like sleep and eat and that. One shot there. Just trying to see where so I need to get the shot of, I need a headshot on that dude. How's that not work? So he can shoot me from the fence, but I can't shoot him. That's unfair. Just a little bit unfair. But it's him. Mystery Stranger. Don't need to. When you got the Mystery Stranger around. Oh no. Again, how could you miss that? Like, seriously, like you can actually gun right up against them. And it's like, no, goodness. Same thing like that. So you know when it won't miss because it does like that. But just because. If I can find it. Deliverer, there we go. we go. A lot easier and quicker, honestly, to do the deliverer. One, because I actually can do this and try that. And yeah, I know I'm not going to be sort of... Or if I'm going to wait, if I miss a shot, I know it's me, not just the game. And one more. This dude might be a little bit tough. But I'll have two thingamabobs to work with, so... Good. Try to find the head. Oh, that is so annoying, trying to find the head on this thing. More so for the fact that it's not actually locking on finding the head. It's the shell, the torso, and the head is just like there, isn't it? Well, this thing's like I don't have a head or something. Oh, there we go now. Again, I should have done it from the start. But yeah, I still want to try and get the rest of the where is it? Crit banker, that one. So maybe again level 50, I suppose, but in a lot of ways, crit builds in Fallout 4 can be pretty good. Heavy gun builds don't exactly work because there's not enough heavy guns. That's the thing. Because then like Fallout 3 had a few, I think like 5 or 6 heavy guns. Fallout 76, Fallout 76 had about 5 or 6. Fallout New Vegas has a heap. I'd hate to know how many there are. There's heaps. And then you got like unique ones of that, so. And then you've got, that looks a bit weird. Oh, it's the night time. That's why. And then you've got like in Fallout 4, which really only has like the minigun and the the Gatling laser, which I know a lot of people would say, oh, they've got like the Fat Man and all those ones, but they're not really viable, especially not in survival mode. This build in a sense would be a good one. Survival mode, the best thing to do is have light weapon stuff. So for the example of get the deliverer, because it's only 10 mil and they're very light in ammo. And then you got like sort of like food problem in a sense problems. But again, if you got the Creation Club's thing for the one thing it's called the settlement defense system, that is really good for that sense of like you can get pretty much infinite food in a sense, because like a lot of like the mole rats and stuff like that. Fine. Got him. There we go. We're mowing them down. Or in some sense a melee build would be pretty good, I'd still say, in survival mode. And depending on who you are, most people, I'm kind of the same, will normally do the sniper rifle and the pistol, because most people do stealth. So again, my preferred build in like survival mode is usually a critical stealth type playthrough in survival mode, because again it is good for that. For the fact of if you're doing like always the main loadout, again my loadout always sniper rifle, deliverer, and then combat knife until you get the nuka world. Then there's like a really great knife there. It is glorious. Those are my preferences. I know a lot of people do use a shotgun, which fair enough. If that's not well, a sawed-off shotgun because I think they do the most damage. Which again makes sense because you need one of those type of weapons for if you ever found it out. Which again, it is something useful, very, very useful to have. Is a gun that you can have like. Yes, it'll be very loud, but if you are found out and you use it, it will destroy anyone. Which also, come to think of it, I would probably say the Overseer's Guardian would be a bad weapon either. For the fact of, it has like the 45 rounds, which isn't a, ooh, that could have ended badly. Isn't a bad, sort of thing, the 45 to get a hold of, because like I think gunners use it. Or again, when you get a higher level, the raiders will start using guns with it. That's pretty bad. Gonna start doing chest shots. I would always, in a lot of ways, if you're gonna do that builds, try and aim chest or something at least of 95. Which oddly enough, you can be like, again, right up in someone's face, and you'll still miss them with that. It's like, wow. Which some people I do know do say like if you use VATS all the time you can't aim. That's kind of a yes and no. Because you can, like anyone can kind of aim, but everyone kind of prefers to do something differently like that. If you never use VATS, you'd never get the Mystery Stranger. Which again, having the Deliverer, it adds that sense of it uses less action points. If you do like a lot of action points sort of into your stuff, you can do a heap of shots which have a higher chance of getting this to Stranger. Yes, you may not have a very strong weapon, but you've still got a. I thought I had that done. Show no mercy. You still have a, in a sense, not a lot of damage, but you still do a bit of damage, and hopefully then the Mystery Stranger will appear.
Dance.
Because I think he's like a one-shot.
You must hate these
So in that sense, if you're fighting like a legendary
Absolutely.
mythical
Wiping them
death
out was
or
a pleasure.
mythic death claw, I think mythic death claws are the toughest.
Monstrosities are just another example of man blindly
And
taking
yeah,
a
like
step
you're like
forward,
pumping
only
away
to
at it with
wind
all
up
your bullets,
stumbling 2 steps
then
back.
boom, Mystery Stranger
I've been
comes out
fighting
and
for
kills it.
years, trying to put a stop to this madness. And just when I thought we were
That
getting
is
the
probably
upper
in a
hand,
sense the best
along come
option
the synths.
for
I've seen what these
having
super
like again
do.
like the VATS sort of builds.
Can you imagine what the synths would do to us if they ever
Because
got the
the
upper
Fallen
hand?
New Vegas had the
It would
Mystery
be
Strange and I
Armageddon.
think it was Lady Luck.
And
I
maybe
think it
the
was.
end of everything.
Which I think the Lady Luck one, she would I think knock targets
I
down,
just want you to
and
understand
then
how important these
I think the
missions
Mystery
are.
Strange would always just shoot like he does in this.
Don't apologize.
So it is a sense interesting because
Thank you, brother.
um
It's good to know you're
there is a
taking my
place in
advice
Fallout
to
New
heart.
Vegas where you can find a dude who has like the mystery revolver, I think it's called, something like that. And every time he pull the gun out, it makes the Mystery Stranger's sound.
I'm sure he'll want to debrief you as soon as
Which
possible.
a lot of people
Dismissed.
say, I think the dude even says that pretty much I think he asked him his background. I think he says like he never met his father, but he feels like he's always being watched by him or something like that, or he feels like he's always being watched by someone. Which is again, I'm quite sure that is technically how it works, but the real question is, how does the Mystery Stranger get around, and how does he actually know where you are at all times, and also, how does he know who you are? And also, what is he? Because I think there's a few videos on who the Mystery Stranger could be, but the question I've never heard anyone really ask is he actually human? Because you have to think of this for a moment, right, with the Mystery Stranger. He moves around like no one's business. Because you literally never see him there until he's there. But he only appears every so often. So what have you actually done, like, again, sort of realistic in a sense? What have you actually, is that Paladin Dancer? I don't know how he got out there so quickly. Yeah, like, what have you actually personally done to sort of earn this dude's protection? Is the question. Was he a neighbor before the war? Is he older than you? Was he? These are the questions you have to sort of think of. Or is he a synth? Which technically would, in a way, explain why he gets around so quickly. Because he's teleporting. But he literally just like, boom, he's there in battle. So, there is no teleporting like for the Institute like per se. What he's doing is like he's in a stealth suit. That could be a thing. He could be like, in a sense, always using a stealth boy. Or sort of he teleports in from a distance so you don't hear him. It's like small thing. Puts on a stealth boy, and then when he
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
Cloaks and starts.
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way. Because our mission here has only just begun. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport. Simply throw one to the ground, and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system, so he'll be able to take you wherever you need.
I'd personally like to see him.
Thank you, Elder. I'll make good use of them.
I expect that you will. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation of the Commonwealth. An even greater task lies ahead. By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental.
Definitely use that one. But, we'll do now. I don't know.
Elder Maxon?
By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental.
The end. I've done 2 of the quests, but I think now I have to do Hunter B or / Hunted. Because I think what I have to do now is I have to progress through the storyline to the Institute.
Balonet Alpha at 93%. Compensating.
What I might do off screen, because I want to try and get level 30, because probably next video, and I did say I was going to try and use the Ripper for that, so I want to actually see if it actually work out, but Pro won't be able to, unless I can find where I can get a Ripper. But probably next episode I will do some more of these tough quests from these 2 here. Try and level up till again level 30, and possibly next episode will be either clearing out the castle or